Hey, this is Jordan Bunch. I hope you are having a great time at the Centerpeace conference and enjoying getting to hang out with my best buddy Brent Bailey. Sally asked me to share a little bit of my story with you guys, and so I'll pick up my junior year of college at ACU. I was leading a life group, and by luck or divine providence, I got to be in a life group with Brent Bailey, who was a freshman that year. Over the course of that year, Brent and I became very, very good friends. We shared a lot of stuff with each other. Our life group became kind of a really intimate place where we shared a lot of the hard stuff of life with each other. But it wasn't until the next year that Brent felt like he was able to really share something that was going on in his life that he hadn't shared with anyone else. So I'm not sure if he got to share this story with you before, but I'll share from my perspective. So it was a Wednesday night, and I was sitting next to Brent, as I often did, while we sang and listened to the sermon, and during one part of the worship service, there's kind of a time where you can pray with other people, and Brent asked if we could go to the back and if I could pray for him, or if he could say something to me, and so we went to the back, and Brent told me that he struggled with same-sex attraction, and my heart really broke for Brent. Because we had known each other for so long, and I knew he had been in the church for so long, and he let me know that he hadn't got to share this with anybody else, and my heart really broke for him, and I felt like the only thing that I could do in the moment, there weren't really a lot of words I could say or anything. The only thing I could do was just give him a hug. He was, at the time, really becoming my best friend, and I could tell that there was a lot of anxiousness and pain associated with what he was telling me, and so I gave him a hug, and I told him, nothing that didn't change anything for us, that I loved him, because I did. And that was really kind of a catalytic moment in our relationship that grew us to new levels. There's those moments in any relationship where you take the next step to a deeper level of friendship and commitment to each other. And this was that moment, I think, for us, or one of those moments. Brent and I, at the time, we had been getting lunch together every Tuesday for the last year or so, and we continued that for the next, 5 years that I was in Abilene, and over the course of that time, Brent and I just became deeper and deeper friends. We partnered in ministry in many different ways. There was one period of time where we were discipling a group of 9 men who ended up starting several house churches, and our bond just continued to grow. I felt like he was my brother. Like, he became part of our family with my wife and I, and now with my 4-month-old baby who's right here. And at one point, Brent was sharing with me that he felt like just kind of the sadness about knowing that he was never going to have a family the way that I was going to have a family, because he wasn't attracted to women, and he was convicted that that the life that he should live was one of celibacy, because of where God was calling him. And so he knew that he could never have a family like mine, and that was potentially going to cause him a lot of loneliness. And at that moment, I knew that what I needed to do and what I wanted to do was to offer Brent a place in my family. And he already felt like a brother, but at that moment, I knew that I had to, and had this deep desire to offer him an even deeper level of commitment. One where I would say, if the point in time comes where you feel like you really need that kind of family, you have it with us. We would welcome you to come and live in whatever place we were living, to have a room in our home, to be my brother and Sarah's brother, and to be Annabelle's uncle, her live-in uncle. And he knows that that's an offer that's still on the table, if he ever needs it. And I think that I hurt for so many people who are in Brent's place, because that's going to be their experience, is one of loneliness if Christian families don't make that same offer. Because when we say to these people that the lifestyle that God is calling you to is one of celibacy, then what we're saying to them is God's calling you to a life of loneliness, one without family, like we get to have. And I think that there's so much difficulty and so much pain in telling someone that, and we don't realize that we're telling them that, but we are. So I think that as followers of Jesus, we have to be willing to open our homes up to people in this situation, and to open our lives up, to open our families up, to graft these people into our families. So Brent, the offer's still on the table, buddy. Annabelle sure would love to have an uncle come live with her. So when your time in Abilene is up, I sure would love to have you down here in Austin. Love you, buddy. Bye-bye.